Hey guys, welcome to an episode of Boss Confidential, where we talk about how to interview the interviewer. I'm with my girl Malynda, Jill, and I'm Megan. All right, guys, so I think what's really important when you're interviewing the interviewer is to really do your research on the company and the person that is also giving the interview, because the more you know about them and the more you can talk about them, they love you.
Agreed.
They love you that much sooner.
Absolutely. It always kind of blows my mind when people go to an interview and they don't know anything about the company. They're just looking for a job. It's like, no, you need to know what you're getting into, you know?
Totally. And you should totally not have laryngitis when you go on an interview. I'm currently suffering. Who knows how long this will go
Jill,
on for.
it's not laryngitis, it's sexy voice, okay?
I've had a no voice for a month before, so
I'm just like hoping that we can just, this will be over in the week, but I woke up with no voice.
With your laryngitis, it makes, especially me, sound better because I have rasp as just normally.
Stop
so
it.
Everyone sounds crystal. No, I really do think that it's super important because you want to know, you want them to know that you looked up them. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it just shows that you're like I don't know, you're on your shit.
That you're responsible.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another die-hard question that I always ask is, what are some qualities that you should have to excel in the position? Mm-hmm. Because I feel like it's better for them to tell you than you make up in your mind, what do I need to be in this job?
This is what I have to offer. It's like, no, what are you looking for this role, so I know how to fill this position?
And that is a perfect question to ask, because in every interview at the end they always say, do you have any questions for us? You need to bring questions, because when you're like, no, I think I'm all set, which I've done a couple of times, not realizing, that's not proper. You need to come in prepared with something.
Yes.
And that is, Jill, that's awesome. That is the perfect question. That's the perfect spot where you can say, what do you expect from me? What are your expectations?
Totally true. And I think a big part of why we wanted to do this today is because I interview people all the time with my job. Since I'm in management, I'm doing the interviews. And I always find it so weird when nobody has anything to say at the end. It's I talk at you for 20 minutes, and then I get that it's a lot to take in, but it's really important to be prepared.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And you can also, it's really important too to talk about or ask about what the company culture is like, because if this is a job that you're going to have, it's going to be your second home, and you want to make sure that you're comfortable in the space and what the expectations are, and yeah, how would you word that though? How would you go about asking that question?
I would actually just say how is the company culture? Because you want to know is it casual dress all day? Do you guys have lunches? Just some fun things that maybe they want to talk about that they normally wouldn't talk about. And I think it's important too, because when they're interviewing you, they are looking to see if you're going to fit in with them.
Exactly.
So that's a really great question. Another good question, that's one of my go-tos, is what are some challenges that are facing the department that you're in right now?
Girl, you kill it. You interview that interviewer.
This is my favorite thing. I always, not that I interview a lot, but when I do, I excel in person because I'm come prepared.
Right.
And everyone should be prepared.
Oh, I meant I didn't mean you go on interviews a lot. I meant you interviews a lot. Yes. So I was like, yeah, you do. You do.
I do, yeah.
And also you can talk about you can ask the interviewer, what do you like most about working here, and get their honest answer about, I've been here for 3 years and I feel comfortable. I love, the people above me and blah, blah, blah.
And then the last thing that I always like to ask, what are the next steps in the interview process? Because I think that a lot of the time we walk out of an interview and we're super curious about when we're going to hear, and nobody's direct. I'm why don't you just ask?
Direct.
I'd rather know an answer you're going to hear from me in a week, you're going to hear from me in 2 days, you're going to hear from me tonight. So
it's so funny because that's the first thing, after an interview, I always call my parents and I'll talk to my dad, and the first thing he'll say to me is, when do you find out? And I'm like, oh, I forgot to ask.
Yeah.
And it's so, you can ask. You have, it's totally proper to ask them that question, because you're just as important in this situation as well. It's not just, I'm, they're looking for me to get this job, or I want this job so badly. It's no, this is a 50-50 thing.
Totally.
And let's be honest, in the entertainment industry, sometimes we just never find out.
You never find out. Or you just never hear from them again.
So give me an idea, and then we can move forward from there so I can get over the trauma of not getting this job.
100%.
So we want to hear from you guys. What is your favorite question to ask an interviewer? How do you interview the interviewer? Please let us know in the comments on iTunes or YouTube or Spotify or iHeartRadio, because we're on all those apps, and we will see you all next week.
Bye.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Boss Please Pod. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on iTunes. Navigate the path to your best self with us, because bossing together is always better.